We got a whole lot of new people watching us here on the Chiefs Report as we're closing in on 58,000 subscribers. And so, with that in mind, I want to survey our audience here on the Chiefs Report and let us know where you're watching from. Are you a Chiefs fan from Missouri? If so, like the video. If you're watching from elsewhere across this great country, across this great land, all over the world, comment and let us know where you're watching from. Would love to hear from you guys. And we'll get started with today's show. Could Emmanuel Forbes be on his way to Kansas City as the newest member of the Kansas City Chiefs? That is what we're turning our focus to here on this edition of the Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Last Word on Sports has suggested the Chiefs trade for the Commanders' corner. Here is what they had to say. The Kansas City Chiefs are in something of uncharted territory with their current cornerback situation. After watching Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed form the league's best duo in 2023, the Chiefs had to trade L'Jarius Sneed in a cost-cutting move with the star cornerback now on the Tennessee Titans. Joshua Williams stepped up as the CB2 on this defense. The former fourth-round pick played well in Week 1, but an Emmanuel Forbes trade would still provide the Chiefs with some much-needed depth. Now, I look at Forbes, former first-round pick. We'll tell you more about him, go over his scouting report and all that coming up later. But to me, I feel like this would be a great pickup for value here. We're not saying that you bring in Forbes and he passes up Williams on the depth chart by any means, but at least gives you a guy with a lot of talent on a rookie contract and provide some depth for this Chiefs defense. I don't think there's a lot of risk involved in potentially making a move like this. More from Last Word on Sports. Any team that faces off against Patrick Mahomes will have to throw the ball early and often and to keep pace with the high-octane offense. With that in mind, Kansas City must have strong cornerback depth as the team will look to roll out nickel and dime looks to counter these pass-heavy sets. Emmanuel Forbes won't need to be the second or even third best cornerback on this team to justify a trade. He'll just need to use his speed to sit back in zone coverage and make plays in clear passing situations. This is going to be something to monitor if we don't see the Chiefs secondary do their job in the coming weeks. They're going to be tested right away this upcoming week when they take on that very good wide receiving core of the Cincinnati Bengals. They have another good test the week following against the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to learn pretty quickly if this secondary, if this corner room is up to snuff or not. And then if they're not, then you start to look at your options. All right, is it time to make a trade or not? The idea I've thrown out there is that the Chiefs give up a 2025 sixth-round pick in exchange for Emmanuel Forbes. And I know what you're thinking. That is not a lot to give up for a former first-round pick. A guy that had an up-and-down rookie season last year with the Washington Commanders. To me, it would be something that I would be running to get done. I would say, yeah, that's all I got to do. If all I have to do is give up a sixth-round pick, sign me up for that. We'll give him another shot and see if we can make him work in this Kansas City Chiefs defense. Should the Chiefs trade for Emmanuel Forbes? What do you guys think? Type T for trade. P for pass, win, or pin comment. Let us know what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the best place to go for last-minute tickets, the best seats, and the lowest prices guaranteed. Game Time has got you covered, folks. If you're looking to attend the Chiefs-Bengals game this weekend, it is Game Time's game of the week. This is the ticket you want to have in your hands, folks. You can download the Game Time app. Go to the Kansas City Chiefs page, and they have all the games listed. You choose your seat, take advantage of their seat views, see if you like that seat or not, and then you're checking out on Game Time with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. They also have their super deals. If you see a super deal, that's going to be one you're not going to want to pass up on, folks. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Now, before a potential trade for Emmanuel Forbes, something to monitor is an injury that he suffered week 1 for the Commanders in their opener against the Tampa Bay Bucks last week. He had an injury to his thumb, and he is having surgery tomorrow on this injury. Dan Quinn, the head coach of the Washington Commanders, provided this update. He said the following. Yeah, he banged up his thumb, and so we'll have a splint on that today. We got good news. It's not going to knock him out, but he is going to wear a splint on that to help protect that today, and we'll work through the week. And like Emmanuel, like a number of the guys, man, we're working really hard to develop him. Would he want some plays back? You bet. But I'd also say this is a young player that we're developing, and we're working with him, and so he's improving and going to improve. The good news is for Emmanuel Forbes and potentially for the Kansas City Chiefs in a trade is that this injury is not supposed to keep him out. Despite having surgery tomorrow, he is expected to be A-OK. So that's very good news if the Chiefs are going to pursue this trade, that they're not trading for a guy that is not going to be available. So something to continue to monitor there on that front. We're going to be live here on the Chiefs Report coming up this Sunday afternoon at 3:25 p.m. Central Time for our Chiefs and Bengals watch party right here on the Chiefs Report. Big Tech's going to be here in the house with me. We're going to have a great time. We're going to react to the game in real time. We'll have a few drinks on hand. You will not want to miss it. Chiefs Report live for Chiefs and Bengals coming up this Sunday right here on the channel. Subscribe now. Make sure and join us, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. All right, let's get to know Emmanuel Forbes a little bit more. The first-round pick out of Mississippi State in 2023 was the 16th overall pick, and he was very impressive with the Mississippi State Bulldogs as he was a consensus All-American, a first-team All-SEC selection in 2022. So far in his career, he's played in 15 total games with 7 starts. There was a point in time where he got benched last year with this Commanders team. And Emmanuel Forbes, he talked about it, that he was humbled a bit. He said that he had never been benched in his entire life and that he learned a lot from that experience, and it kind of pushed him to move forward, to try to maximize his talent and his capabilities and go from there. His stats last season, Forbes had a total of 38 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 11 pass breakups, and 1 interception in his rookie campaign. A guy that I think's got a lot of potential. We mentioned the rookie contract. I don't think you're going to have to give up a ton for him. I'm all in on this idea. If the Chiefs are sitting here in a couple weeks and they're looking for answers at the corner spot, if they're looking for some type of, reassurance, this to me I don't think is a bad idea at all. And to get him out of Washington, you could point to and say that he had a bad year last year, but I would say he was not set up in a position to succeed at all with that Washington Commanders defense that was so bad last season. His scouting report going into the draft last year from Lance Zierlein of NFL Media, Zierlein said the following: Forbes is long, can run, and has a talent for taking the ball away, which means he has a chance to become a coveted cornerback. However, his wire-thin frame does not work in his favor. Forbes' instincts and recognition are fun to watch. He pounces on quick game throws and has the ball skills to take the ball away. He's highly capable in all forms of zone coverage and operates out of press man, but is inconsistent, matching the release and staying in phase with routes through sharp cuts. The question the Chiefs have to ask themselves: do you trust this group? And if you do, that's great. But if you have any sort of doubts at all, then why not? What do you have to lose by making a potential trade here for a guy like Emmanuel Forbes? To me, it's about getting the insurance. My dad, he sells insurance, and my dad tells me all the time, people complain about insurance until something happens. And if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, if these guys aren't playing well, or if you have a major injury go down after the trade deadline, then all of a sudden you're not going to be feeling so great. You're going to be needing to look for other options. And that's where Forbes could come in and find a role, I think, when it comes to this group. Do you trust the Chiefs cornerback room? Why for yes and for no way in the comment section. Let us know what you think. If you enjoyed today's show, like the video, we certainly would appreciate it. And we want to hear from everybody. If you're somebody from Missouri, make sure to like that video. And we will see you next time right here on the Chiefs Report.